deserve the glory and the honor. I lift my hand in worship as I praise your holy name. You deserve the glory and the honor. I lift my hands in worship as I praise your holy name. For you are great, you do miracles so great. There is no one else like you. There is no one else like you. You are great, you do miracles so great. There is no one else like you. There is no one else like you. Hello, good morning. Welcome to my channel again. My name is Ebute, and this morning I want to talk about diminished and augmented triad. Yeah, types of triad. I just did major and minor triad the last tutorial. So this tutorial I'm going to concentrate more on diminished and augmented triad, and then how to use them. You see, the diminished and augmented triad, they are not regular chords. Chords can be built, songs can be played on major key, minor key, and then progressions are in minor chords and major chords. But when it comes to diminished chord and augmented chord, they are not regular chords that are being used, especially for a beginner. They are more of transitional chords. They are tension chords, so you don't really find it being used like that for beginners. And that is why it is important for you to know how to use them before you start using them, so that your music doesn't sound weird. Alright, so I'll start by explaining it. Diminished. So the diminished chord, how do you build diminished chord? Diminished chord, the rule is that you start two minor thirds and you get your diminished third. So for instance, in the key of C, so if I want to build my C diminished chord, what do? Just start two minor thirds. You must know your interval so that you understand what I mean by minor third, major third, and all that stuff. So now the first minor third has three semitones, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. So this is your C diminished chord. Yeah, so this applies to every other key. Any key you are in the key of F, we have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. You have your F diminished chord. So another way you can build your diminished chord is just take a major chord, then lower the third by a half step and the fifth by a half step, and you get your diminished chord. So anywhere you are, the key of, let's say the key of C sharp, you lower the third and the fifth, and you get your C sharp diminished chord. So that's that right there. Diminished chord. Very simple. So I'll talk about the augmented chord, and I'll talk about how to use them. Okay, so the augmented chord, the rule is that you start two major thirds and you get your augmented chord. So let's get C augmented chord. C. Major third has 4 semitones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is your C augmented chord. So this rule applies to any other key you are. Let's say the key of A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your A augmented chord. One interesting thing about the augmented chord is this. The augmented chord, we only have 4 augmented chords on the piano. Yeah. C augmented chord, C sharp augmented chord, D augmented chord, D sharp augmented chord. Any other augmented chord built on the rest of the notes are actually an inversion of one of the first 4 augmented chords. So like now, this is C augmented chord. This is C sharp augmented chord. This is D augmented chord, D sharp augmented chord, E augmented chord. Now this E augmented chord is also C augmented chord. It's just another inversion. So when you come to F, this is a F augmented. It's also C sharp augmented. So that's very interesting, and that's why it's called symmetric chord. So it's very easy, especially if you want to practice your augmented chord. It makes it easy because you know that it's just 4 augmented you have. Every other one is an inversion of any of the 4. All right, so that's interesting. So okay, so another way you can build your augmented chord is take a major chord, raise a fifth by semitone, and you get your diminished chord. So anywhere you are, let's say the key of B flat, you take a major chord, raise the fifth by semitone, and you get your augmented triad. Okay, so that's all about diminished and augmented chord. Okay, so let's talk about how to use them. Very important. Okay, one of the ways you can use diminished or augmented chord is this. When you are moving to a minor chord, or if your next chord is a minor chord, you can use a diminished as a passing chord before you get to the minor chord, or you can use a augmented chord as a passing chord before you get to the minor chord. Okay, for instance, the beginning of this video, I was doing a song. You deserve the glory and the honor. Now, so that's 1 to 6. The progression is you deserve the glory, and then I go to 6 and the honor. So from that 1 to 6, you can play. Let's start from augmented. You can use an augmented chord as a passing to get to the 6. So this is what I do. You deserve the glory and the honor. You see? So I played a diminished augmented chord. Now C sharp augmented and the honor. So you can use augmented chord as a passing chord to a minor key. So let's try a diminished chord. Diminished chord. You deserve the glory and the honor. So diminished, but I extended it. This is a fully diminished chord. You deserve the glory and the honor. So anytime I'm going to minor chord, you can use the diminished chord passing. All things are working for my good. Is intentional, never fail. So I use all things are working for my good. Then I use diminished chord. Is intentional. So I use diminished chord to go to the D minor. So you can use your diminished chord or your augmented chord when you are going to a minor key or a minor chord. Another way you can use diminished chord or augmented chord is when you want to play a 7-3-6 chord. 7-3-6. The 7 will be, I'm in the key of C, so C sharp. So the 7 will be C, the 3 will be F, and then the 6 will be B flat. So the song I was playing earlier, you are great, you do miracles. So this is a diminished chord. 7, 3, 6. So 7, I made it a diminished. Then 3, I made it an augmented, and then 6. You are great, you do miracles so great. There is no other. So you can use your diminished chord or augmented chord when you want to play a 7, 3, 6. Yeah, so that's another way you can use diminished augmented chord. Okay, for now I'll stop there. I'll just give those 2 points as to how you can use your diminished and augmented chord. So you can go and experiment that, and I believe subsequent videos I'm going to show you how you can also use these chords to play your music. Okay, for the purpose of the intermediate student, I'd like to explain the chord progression that I was just doing in the song I sang. So the song is You Deserve the Glory. You deserve the glory. So I was doing something like this. The first chord will be You deserve the glory. So it's actually a 2 chord and a 5. I was playing 2-5-1 passing. I was playing a 2-5-1 progression. The 2 and then the 5 and then the 1. Now the idea behind my chord voicing is this. I was actually trying to harmonize the melody. I was trying to harmonize the melody, and not just harmonize the melody. I was trying to put the melody at the top. You know, let the melody be the top of my chords. That's at the right hand side. So I play like this. You deserve